Did you use my song?
Yes,
no.
Eric.
I hope not.
No.
Thank God.
Yes, Eric.
I was calling back because you kind of caught me off guard the way you started that. You said, let's go to this female caller, and then you said, Eric the Midget, and kind of pissed me off. That's why I wasn't thinking straight. Plus, you weren't giving me a word in edgewise.
Well, you're a horrible caller. I mean, I'm doing an interview. It's a fast-paced show. People are, listening to the show, and I give you...
I think that speech pattern makes you get away with anything.
Yeah.
You have a giant ass. Like, oh, what? Maybe it's not as bad. If I just
Any
said
idea
the
who
other
this is in the photo? I don't know who that is.
So I did like 6 or 7 of these at the beginning of this
okay.
one. That is John Cena. That is
Wow.
John
Okay.
Cena Eric, yes.
He looks like Ronald Reagan a little.
He does. I'd vote for that chest. You can bench 320. That's an RFK chest right there.
Give you an opportunity to talk, and you just kind of...
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid, actually.
God. All right, my picture suck compared to Luigi's. I get it.
No, it's the skin. It has nothing to do with you. With your.
He's been out in the sun a little bit. Leave him alone. He can walk now.
It's written hard. And
Don't
put away
say
wet.
anything. And I've got to worry about entertaining millions of people. I can't do the show for you, Eric.
Okay, but you want proof that I can actually ask questions.
And then you ask this obscure sort of very inside wrestling question about girls being naked, and even the guy thought it was a ridiculous question. He was kind of like...
I was watching.
Eric, it's show business. Of course it's not real. It's the WWE. It's not real.
Well,
It's a performance.
You were making me out to be gay. Hello, I'm straight.
We know you're straight, but you're...
Hello. Only pussy magnet here.
Oh, that's funny.
They've called him 1,000 things, and the one he hones in on is, I'm not gay.
You will, Luigi, you will never not see Eric as De Niro now. Look, he looks like De Niro. It's weird. He looks like a young... It's from A Bronx Tale. Yes.
You're so gay for these wrestlers, I'm playing off on that, trying to desperately fill in the void when you don't say anything.
My eyes were glued to every part of that strip poker segment. I wish I could have been the dealer on the show while that was going on.
Well, everyone knows you're straight.
What strip pokers? What is he talking about?
I don't know.
The ECW thing last night.
See, we don't know. Again, you just...
I watch wrestling, and if you could have watched how I watched those women, you would have seen how straight I am.
He's just obsessed about this thing. He can't get his mind off of it.
My eyes were glued to their tits. You should have seen my eyes.
and then my dick was glued to my hand because I didn't clean up.
Impossible. You're a very nice guy, Eric. I like you. Don't get me wrong.
Lie.
But you don't have a really great sense of humor or an understanding of how the show operates. The show is a funny show, fast-paced. You got to joke around. When you ask a question, it's got to kind of be inclusive. You ask very, very obscure questions.
When I think of Howard Stern from this era, I often think of inclusivity. Just a melting pot of ideas. The UN of...
You understand what I'm saying?
Gotta know who to work
No
with.
way, no. What are you talking about?
How did you envision it going? What were you going to say to John Cena? What was your follow-up question to were the girls really naked on the WWE the other night?
Well, I was going to say that this weekend I'm hoping to get to...
What is that?
It's my date tonight.
That's
she's all that.
scarier than the one I did.
Oh, that kind of looks like my roommate from college.
Listen. She's all natural, doesn't believe in a lot of makeup, and I think her mother was an alien. So, like from the Alien movies.
Who is that? Who is
It was a Geiger character. Her mother was a character created by H.R. Geiger. Would you leave me alone? My dating life is none of your concern.
meet him with his friend Rey Mysterio. Then if I do, I'll give Rey the DVD of my footage on the red carpet of the premiere of the Marine to give to John Cena when he sees him.
Do you really think that's interesting to the audience?
Well, not for the audience, but I was going to let them know that.
Yeah, well, Eric, you got to kind of...
Snoring.
Yes, I
Not
brought
for
you
the
this piece
audience.
of media. Oh, great. Who's it for? Oh, not the audience. What the fuck?
Not for the audience.
He is so ahead. He's light years ahead of everyone. I do this for
Oh my God!
I do this for the sun god, not the audience. Like, who does he do?
In other words, getting on the air on this show, there is
I do this for Raw.
a bit of a responsibility.
Before Eric died, I mean, we like you were saying earlier about, like, you know, Quentin Tarantino rewriting history. We need to write a script where Eric was like the best Andy Kaufman-esque comedian. This was all a character. He knew exactly what he was doing, and lines like "well, not for the audience" are given context and are the funniest things to ever be said out of a human's mouth.
All right, I have it. Young Guns 2. You know how, like, Billy the Kid, he's like 90 years old, and he's getting everything.
Right.
He's like, oh, are you really Billy the Kid? They'll be like, are you really Eric the actor? And this guy rolls out, and he's like, once was, yes.
It's like one of those heads from Futurama. It's
It's like, I've lived here a long time. No one's entered the premises. The guy walks into the bedroom. The middle of the bed is just carved out by his little dick digging into it. It's like a clamshell.
Are you Eric
I
the
don't know.
Midget? Does this answer your question?
I have rubbed this bed into my shape. Yes.
have to keep it
You are
entertaining.
Eric.
You understand that? Do you want?
Yeah.
If you want, I'll have Ralph explain it to you.
No, no.
Oh God!
No.
Let him explain it to you. Since I don't seem to be getting.
No.
So go ahead.
Dude, Eric, listen to me.
Inside of Eric's mind right now. God damn it! Why is this guy on again?
I'm seriously, answer this question. Do you have any sense of humor? And what show do you hear in your head? Because when you listen to this show, you don't seem to get it. You don't want to fly around in balloons. You know it's a joke. What do you hear when you listen to the show?
Oh, that's scary.
Exactly what everyone else hears, but my sense of humor does not have a.
What do you mean he's a man of God? He's a nun. Well, how does that scare you? I don't get it.
Did you use the one I created a couple days ago? I didn't put in the folder. I just realized that.
No.
Oh.
If you put it in the folder. If you make it, put it in the folder because I just grab them all at once.
I know. I need to.
Target painted on myself.
But those are good. Those are very funny. I like.
Okay.
them.
I laugh at a lot of the other shit that is on this show, but when it pertains to me, I'm not going to laugh at it.
So what makes you laugh on the show? What do you really get a kick out of?
Great question.
The other jokes that are, pertain to the other people that have to do with the show.
So you don't think that somebody's getting a kick out of you in the same way you're getting a kick out of somebody else? You can't see that you're just as goofable as everybody else?
I guess.
Logic has ruined. I am short-circuiting. Does not compute.
I guess.
Okay, in other words, you've got to imagine when you call in that you're not going to be treated with some sort of weird respect while everyone else is goofing and having a blast.
Okay, hold on. Let's stop this right here. That is amazing, and I'm so glad that I'm hearing this. Like, I don't remember this call, and I'm so glad I'm hearing this right now with you guys, because I feel like that is being pointed out by Howard as being, this is obviously not the case, but in fact, I believe it is 100% the case. Eric felt he was better than people, and I feel like that's a real, dicey thing to get into with psychology, because for some reason his disability made him feel, as opposed to feeling inferior, felt superior to people. Any thoughts on that?
Yes. Well, Electra, you go first. You're new to Eric, so you might have a fresh take on the psychology.
I don't know. Like I've said before, I think that his family was pretty well off. They were, white, upper class, and they just catered to him and told him how great he was. And sometimes that can breed a narcissistic personality disorder, which
Yeah.
I do think he was on the borderline of having, if not full
I
blown.
agree. I agree.
Or
100%.
or he was just living in a fantasy world. That's the other option, because he
That
definitely
is
did that
a
as well.
solid other option.
Yes.
Also. Yeah, which I don't even necessarily know how to disagree with that. Like,
Yeah.
as
And it's
ridiculous
like,
as it
why
sounds,
would we take it away from him? I mean, if I was him and I lived in that chair, I would probably want to live in a fantasy world instead too.
So let's think about that actually for
hold
just
on
I'm
one
sorry,
second.
go
Let me
ahead,
get
go
a
ahead.
word in
Yeah.
here. I think
No.
I think obviously his parents' urge to protect him at some point became an overprotection, which then led into a narcissistic sort of traits. But from a person who's disabled, that's real hard, because a narcissism is centered around you being better than everyone, and when you have something so clearly pointing you that you're not better than everyone, it creates this divide in your head. And so I think just Eric walked around like two people. He was conflicted. He was the bully and the guy in the locker at the same time. And so he never was one or the other. So he could never identify with the bully, so his bully shit seemed fake. And when he was ever oppressed, he lashed out. But DJ Electra has it most of the answer. His parents coddled him, and he didn't have to go downstairs to get things. It was brought up to him. So when you have that happen all your life, and then someone doesn't do that for you, you feel like they're like hurting you in some way. They're not doing the thing that mother does. And so I think that definitely ruined him, but also made him entertaining, right? Like, Psycho wouldn't be entertaining without a bad mom, right? Like, parenting is the real story in Psycho, right? Like, and so
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and so go ahead and
Breeding a
debunk
monster.
Psycho, would you? Yeah,
breeding a monster is essentially what Psycho's about. But it's a weird dichotomy, and I guess it's really kind of the word I should have used to begin with. Is that you hit it right on the head? Is that narcissism makes you feel superior, but he had this very lingering, very obvious affliction, which to most people would make them feel inferior. But somehow, the superiority complex won out, and he felt more deserving, of respect and more deserving of reverence. But then also at the same time, there's still this unexplained part of the story, which, I mean, we'll never fully understand, of why did he always go to the source of conflict, or, someone constantly telling him how inferior he is. He couldn't break away from it. It was, I don't know. I'm probably just rambling now, but I feel like there's something very psychological here. That's all I'm going to say.
And check out the rest of it on part 2 of Luigi's answer and part 3 of Luigi's answer.
Debunking Eric.
Shorten it up, tighten it up, bitch. Come on,
sorry,
Jesus
But
Christ,
I'll just
get
say
to the
one
point.
last thing. At the
Yes,
base
please.
of every narcissistic personality disorder is a huge pit of insecurity. That's where it really comes from.
Yeah, okay.
And then they build like
fair.
this
Yeah.
grandiose sense of self, and that is a fantasy world, but that's what they really think is real. That's what they make real.
I'm going to take the opposite approach here. I'm going to like to think that when it wasn't pertaining to Eric was giggling like a little schoolgirl at everything. Like,
That's interesting.
And then the second it was about him, he was like, oh God, and his nuts got tight. Because that's what I'm going to think of him. And imagine if we had that video. But let's get back to...
This is my chat of the day that I'm going to pick. Iceberg Snake.
Yeah, that's
and
a good
he
one.
says, not because he was in the chair, because he thought everyone else, despite being able to walk, are dumb. Yeah, that too.
That goes to... But I guess that goes to my point of, was that Eric's personality, or did that become Eric's personality, is kind of my question. That's obvious. And I don't know if...
Are we really at nature versus nurture right now? God damn, we got here. All right.
Yeah,
nature versus nurture.
Oh, yeah, all right. But also, I also like Red Rooster's comment. Above all, Eric was not gay.
That's right. Yeah. Give him time, though. If he would have made it to 24, he may have transitioned. Yeah. Who knows?
This will make more sense, DJ Electra, because this becomes a very funny series of calls.
Nice.
I think a cartoon show about Eric transitioning in 2024 in the hard life under Trump as a transitioning crippled male. I think that could do. That's like the Boondocks of the future. Hey, here we go.
That would be great.
Also, it's going to be interesting.
I'm Eric.
I'm thinking of one specific scene where a teacher gets dragged into the principal's office for using a word. And he's, what do you mean ours? They call each other ours. They call each other ours every day. If you know the Boondocks.
Interesting. I mean, the world doesn't want to hear you talking to Cena about whatever the fuck you were trying to talk about.
Yeah, I don't understand how Eric enjoys this show.
This is my favorite Eric picture I ever made. But yes, Eric was the worst Cena interviewer ever. But worst question ever. It's like you choke. If I okay, Luigi, right now. Yes,
hello.
No, you're you. You're you.
I'm me.
And yeah, this is Howard.
What it is?
Yeah. Who's this? What's going on? That's what you say. You call my show and you say who it is. All right, get him.
Oh, I'm calling you. Oh, I thought you were calling me. I'm sorry.
This is Howard.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's going on? Hey, I have a question. Are the boobs on that girl real that John Cena's dating?
You're talking about my guest Ellen DeGeneres. We respect our guests around here. Get him out of here. Block him.
Wait, who's John Cena dating? She ever like to get any mud on the helmet?
Mama Booey, you didn't block him fast enough. Why aren't you doing your job? Thank you. Thank you. That's Howard Theater. We call it Howard Peace Theater.
On any level, because he doesn't seem to understand it.
That's what Bobo would do.
I mean, okay, I'll ask you this. Besides last Tuesday and today, when else have I been able to talk to Cena about that stuff? No one. No time.
But Eric, you got to realize nobody.
When else have I been able to ask about another league he's not in, ladies, and what they're wearing, and if it's real or not? Come on.
Then the production value of a completely unrelated topic.
You can't call a radio.
When can I talk to him about it?
Hey guys. DJ Electra's peeing right now. Shh.
Show to have that conversation.
Yeah, Fred. Let Fred explain.
I have one comment to make, and Eric, answer this. You have John Cena on the phone. Why would you talk to him about something that has absolutely nothing to do with John Cena?
Well, I was going to talk to him about it.
Well, that's what you should have come out with.
So we only have.
Fred doesn't usually jump in on things unless he's really pissed.
He was passionate.
Something.
He was passionate. Yeah.
It's like, why'd you suck right there? God.
You had a week to decide on a question.
You know what I just thought about? Do you remember, and it actually got brought up either last episode or episode before, when I was talking to Daisy, when we made that one call, and I tried to get her to say something really, really deep and like ramble and not stop talking, and then I interrupted her and said, do you like crunchy or creamy peanut butter? Like, the whole point was to throw her off. It didn't work, but I tried. That was Eric's question. Hey, John Cena, do you like creamy or crunchy peanut butter?
Do you like creamy peanut butter from girls in the league? It's like on cable with naked peanut butter. What, Eric?
I don't.
Do you like sandwiches?
If she's gone for 10 more seconds, she's definitely pooping.
And not only that, I can't spend an hour with you on the phone with John Cena. I mean, you messed up.
Yes, you can.
You got to start off with your strongest comment or question. You can't start. Who's not going to?
And here you are, a John Cena expert, and you could have a fan, and you could have said to him, John,
What was your most memorable match?
right, something quick.
Do you shave your balls?
He kind of answered one of my questions.
There's Erica's pig virus. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Before I even got on the air.
I was kind of counting
Which
on
was
it.
what?
What was your question?
What was your big question? He answered.
Was I was going to ask him, if he had a crush on Kelly Carlson, but he answered that before I got on the air by saying that she was married.
So maybe then you hang up.
But Eric,
Yeah, your question's gone. You move on.
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
I moved to a worse question instead. My thought was I could just ask him what his last poop looked like. As long as I was on the air, I think it's a W for the Eric man.
Yeah, the great guy.
Captain Jenks.
What do you know about him? Isn't he like a singer or something, Eric?
Like, for example, you could have helped me out. He has a rap song.
Yeah, you could have, thrown us something that Howard didn't bring up, something maybe interesting about him.
It's true, because I forgot to play John Cena's
There
rap
was
song.
a rap song?
Yeah, here it is. This is his rap song. Did you know about that, Eric?
Yeah, it's got a whole CD.
Hey, so you called and asked about a strip poker game?
Yeah.
Now listen.
Oh, you done did it now. Chaos, you should have put this one in the vault, man. They not ready. They don't know what's coming, man. Are we gonna drop this on them right here? Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for none of this. Your boy's a bad man. Let me invading the streets. Make only clap a rapper skirt. They be dropping the heat. Shock the world.
Yeah, why don't you bring that up?
Yeah. Hey, Eric, here's what you should have done.
John Cena is a rapper. Everyone, take a second. Take a second.
I don't know what to say about that. I'm sure he's very good. He's very
You
talented.
should call the guy.
Wait, what?
DJ Electrify, write this down. Our next, one of our next music shows has to be bad actors who sing and rap. We need a show devoted.
We could do a whole show on that.
Yeah, well, there's Eddie Murphy. I can think of 3 off the top. So if you got 3, that's 6. We're halfway.
Brian Austin Green from Beverly Hills 90210.
There's 7. Look at this.
You know what? I actually did a whole show on Eddie Murphy and his music on my radio show. It was amazing.
You know what's crazy though? So Eddie Murphy's song actually was a hit.
It was
Party
really
all the
popular.
Time. That was a really popular song, but it wasn't good.
It was a
wasn't
Rick
good.
James song that he gave to Eddie Murphy.
That's
so,
fair.
yeah,
That's fair. That is fair.
And Eddie Murphy sounds like he was wearing one of those things where you wear goggles underwater so no water goes under your nose.
Scuba gear?
Yes. No.
My girl wants to party all the time.
Party all the time.
My girl wants... You see how it has a nasal?
Girl wants to party all the time.
And all his songs as Donkey were really good too.
Misplaced pussy.
Donkey.
I don't know that.
Hey, donkey punch. What? what are you talking about? What's a donkey?
Woohoo! Donkey from Shrek.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I was like, sorry.
You guys, come on. Are you really that slow?
Well, I thought we were talking about music. Sorry.
Oh, I forgot. You didn't have kids.
No kids here.
That's
yes,
true. But I've seen Shrek 1,000 times. I love Shrek.
Me too.
Okay.
It's not just for kids.
Yes.
All right, we know what next week background is. He's going to be sitting in a Shrek chair.
Why aren't you a wigger?
Yeah.
Wig. He said wig.
Ralph.
Yes.
Real quick. All right. The reason why I did bring up the thing with the divas was because it
I gotta say, I don't want to be political, but I do find myself editing less. I'm just saying. I voted for Dan Lanning. I was out of this election, California and all. But I'm kind of cool with letting some things slide now,
I voted for Kanye West.
You were the one?
2 that got fully nude
I voted for
last
Blue Iris.
night.
Thank you.
Or the 2 that
Yeah.
Me and my vice president, my cunt.
were at the
Make
premiere
it
of
great
his
again.
movie.
We better rewind that. We just talked right over the whole thing.
I'm sorry.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Ralph.
Yes.
Real quick. All right. The reason why I did bring up the thing with the divas was because the 2 that got fully nude last night were the 2 that were at the premiere of his movie.
Ralph, you don't understand the levels of my perversion.
So why did you just say to him, Eric, why didn't you just say to him, hey, did you bang 2 of the chicks in the WWE named Blow and Blow? See?
Eric, you said that you were going to call last week. You were thinking about this question for a week.
Captain Jenks, what do you want to say?
Hey, good morning, Howard. Eric kind of needs a translator, and from now on, when he calls in, we should never hear his voice on the air. It should always be Will asking the question for
What? Maybe the worst idea anyone's ever had on the Howard Stern show. Let's just not hear Eric.
It's funny though because I could see what Jinx is doing. That would have sent Eric into a tailspin, which I would have liked to have seen. So whether it's a real proposal or not, I would have loved to have seen Eric react to it.
Maybe you got to tell your questions to Will, and Will will come in and ask them.
No. I don't.
You don't want to miss Eric.
You know what the funny thing is? When Eric will call in the next time, he'll still have an obscure question.
Of course.
I think
Tell
the
him to
reverse.
Richard.
Eric needs to.
That would have been way better. Tell your questions to Richard. Eric said. No, I can't even think of it. Eric asked, "Do you like Kelly Clarkson?"
Eric said, "Did you see the WCW ladies that were naked? That's my favorite. How naked ladies." Oh my God, kill me. Give me more, Eric.
Eric asked if you like Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Coach him what questions to ask.
But we should never hear Eric's voice on the air again. It should all be Will.
An interpreter, like the Koreans have when they go to the UN.
In fact, why don't you try it now to see if it works, Howard?
I don't even know that there's anyone that speaks Eric. Kevin Lofton, you're on the air, who is the brilliant cartoonist who made the cartoon that airs on Howard TV right now. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Howard, what do you think about the idea of letting Eric write his own episode of Eric the Midget cartoon?
Eric, would you like to? Kevin is offering you the opportunity to write your own Eric the Midget episode, and he will.
Another missed opportunity to put that up there, right, with Colin Quinn's, which will come up, movie. These missed opportunities. Yeah.
We'll animate it.
Anything you want, Eric.
I could possibly think of something.
I don't know, Eric. After that question this morning.
I would, for one, love to see that and see Eric come up with a script and then see it on Howard TV.
I don't expect it to be funny.
I just want to hear him pitching it to.
Yeah. That would be great. All right, so Kevin, when Eric is ready, he'll pitch it to you on the air, his idea.
Yeah, whenever he's ready, man.
Why didn't you make a cartoon of Eric making love to John Cena?
Yeah. Hey, well, I could make a cartoon where he bangs all those American Idol chicks. Hey,
yeah, that's good.
Hey, Kevin, how
you
about
guys are coming up with the idea.
How about you?
He doesn't like makeup. He's all natural. Would you leave him? I think it's a good look. It's a hippie.
John Cena peeing all over Eric.
Yeah, after he bangs Kelly Clarkson.
Give me a dirty Sanchez.
I think this is April Imholt.
I
don't know. I don't remember.
Hey, Eric, how about if you build like your own John Cena like bodysuit and it's just your head coming out of it? And you're going around, banging all these chicks like John Cena.
How about John Cena eats Eric and then shits him out?
So this is the little intestine.
Finally, I get to be part of John Cena's shit.
Hey, Eric.
How about if John Cena uses Eric like a gerbil? Like he walks in the room and he's banging a fat chick, and all of a sudden John Cena just grabs Eric the Midget out of his chair and shoves him up his ass.
Yeah, you could play a Benoit ball.
Oh, man, is somebody writing all these down?
Hey, man, these are gems. These are million.
I had to Google Benoit Ball. I was not happy with what I saw. Just say, don't do it.
I think I know what it is.
First thing I got was a wrestler that killed his family. Second thing I got was things people shoved up their ass. There was no good search result, is what I'm saying for that.
For Benoit?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's just a bad.
Is it?
Nothing good comes from that search result. You don't know what a Benoit ball is?
Benoit balls are those little metal balls that ding-a-ling-a-ling, and then you shove them up there and then ding-a-ling-a-ling them with your ding-a-ling.
For the purpose of...
I don't know, meditation or Kegels or both. I'm not really sure.
So you shake your ass and you shake your ass and it makes a musical noise?
No, I don't think that was the point. I just made that part up.
Put your favorite Benoit memory in the chat. Whether it be from the wrestler murdering his family or the one thing you stick in your asshole.
$1 million ideas.
Eric, the sex toy.
You could play one of the beads in a row of ass beads.
I bet you I could get John Cena to play himself.
Oh, man.
Hey, I just stuck a midget in my ass. There was no gerbil.
You want to be Eric the sex toy now?
I've never been in a superstar's house before.
Eric, what do you think of that?
I don't like any of those.
Eric the human dildo.
Hey, whatever you come up with, Eric, I'll do it, man.
Hey, Kevin, I don't know if you know this, but I want to give you a little statistic.
Yeah.
And Howard TV is very, very highly viewed. There's many viewers, but Eric the Midget's cartoon
That being said, you're all fired. Get out of here.
Is the most watched episode on Howard TV, outstripping the girls,
Sal and Richard.
Sibian, Sal and Richard, any of that stuff.
And Doug has it buried. People have to hunt for it.
Yeah,
you don't even know what it's called.
It literally is the big. It's in the JD episode, so it's in there, and it is the most viewed.
Hey, from my point of view, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm ready to do tons of these things.
You're a hit, Eric.
Eric, do you hear that?
Yeah,
I want it.
Eric.
Kevin, I need an episode where John Cena walks in the room and uses Eric as a gerbil. His ass.
Oh.
You got to do it.
My vibrating wheelchair.
Yeah, man, let's do any of this stuff, man.
I'm in John Cena's asshole.
That sounds like Boney.
It does.
Eric the gerbil.
And then they have to go to the ER to get him out.
Yeah, they have to pull Eric out of John Cena's asshole. And then he pulls Eric out of his own ass and rubs Eric, who's full of shit now, on some girl's nose and gives him a dirty Sanchez.
Can you? This is the same guy. What happened to Howard Stern? What happened to him?
He gets Eric out, but the wheelchair gets stuck.
Reality.
It is. It's like, yeah. Come back, Howard. You can come back now. You will not be canceled. I promise. We promise.
Yeah, then Eric's like,
we could call it a Midget Sanchez.
Hey-oh. He said the title.
I just gave him
Everyone drink.
Midget Sanchez.
Eric Sanchez.
Eric, what do you think? Is that great?
No.
No.
Come on,
we just
Eric.
told you got to get into the spirit of the show.
Hey, Eric, if that was somebody else, would you think it?
That's the fancy James Bond guy. Forget his fucking name. He was
Sean
James Bond.
Connery?
Pierce Brosnan. Yes.
Oh,
Was great.
But imagine Eric. I like thinking of Eric as an older gentleman and a successful older gentleman. Look at that. Look at that. That is a
I like
baby's face. Yeah, he's a baby face on a man.
If that was like Richard Christie, would you think it was great?
Or high pitch or anybody?
Yes.
I don't know. It depends. I don't know.
That's a yes, you little moron.
Oh, don't be nasty.
I love him. Are you kidding?
I know, Ralph loves Eric.
Hey, Eric, what happened? You interviewed John Cena at the premiere, and you got video of it. Did you give that to anybody yet?
No, the video I just finishing working on, but I sent an audio file to Will, Richard, and Jason.
You sent the audio?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get that.
Where is that?
Where is that?
Hey, Will and Jason, what's wrong with you guys? Where's
Might be the scariest picture we've ever made here. I'm sorry.
Where is Eric the Midget interviewing John Cena? That's an immediate.
By the way, in those interviews,
None of us know where that is. Who'd you send it to?
even with all the background noise, not a single one of them ever had to have me repeat a question. They all completely understood me.
Wow.
We never.
Not you morons.
We never got
I gotta hear that.
We never got a tape.
Who'd you send it to, Eric?
I sent it to Will, Jason, and Richard.
Everyone!
As an MP3 file.
Nobody got it, Gary? On an MP3?
You know what's funny, too? The WWE guy was here, the publicist, and he said that on the red carpet, they asked him like 50 times, are you sure you have batteries in that thing? You sure you know how it's working? Yes, no problem. So finally, one of the Fox people walked over because they could see that the light wasn't on, and they were like the batteries weren't working. But he was insistent that it was working.
Eric, you don't even know how to work your tape recorder.
Oh, I got it working. We just forgot.
No, they got it working. If they didn't come up to you, you'd have nothing.
You know what I think would be cool for a cartoon thing? And
Name that one. Name that one. First of you two can name that one.
I don't know that one.
Chat, here's the game. Here's the game. We just got a new game. Who is Eric right now in the picture on the screen? Chat, let us know who you think this is. First one who gets it right.
Kind of looks like my Grandpa Ed.
It does.
I'm going with Papa Ed.
I look at this because I know the answer and I see it right away. So if you see it, the first one in the chat, you get we'll bring you up for free on the screen and we'll celebrate.
Is it Phil Hartman?
It is Phil.
Oh wow!
Hartman.
Oh, are you serious? Wow.
I was not gonna get that.
Wow. I thought the chin kind of looked like
obviously pre the wife's plans for his face.
Yes.
Yes.
Pre-construction. Let's call it. Hey-oh. All right, here we go.
And tell me.
Too soon? Too soon.
Hey, tell me kept this work streak.
Too soon.
Kevin.
Okay.
So, Eric.
Yet Andy Dick Wonks among us. Oh. And then Joe Rogan's a trillionaire.
I've never thought about that. What a disgusting irony.
Imagine Phil Hartman just like coming back now and he's like, wait, what's going on? Okay, Andy Dick being in the gutter, I understand. But Joe Rogan's a trillionaire? What? Like, he'd be very confused.
That is...
by
I
many
know.
things.
Joe Rogan was like the least funniest of any stand-up I think I've ever seen. Well, besides
DJ Electra.
Ghetto Poppy or whatever.
He's still the least funniest.
Yeah, he is.
His thing isn't comedy. It's
No,
aliens
he can
and
do
fanny
interviews,
packs.
which he does now, but don't
Yeah.
call him a comedian.
Yeah, I agree. I hate the
call
fact
it a
that Comedy
comeback.
Mothership is associated with such an unfunny person.
Don't.
That's just me.
But feel free to call us comedians, not him. We don't do comedy, but we sometimes do. Comedy.
I'm
You
very
see what I'm saying?
opinionated. Yes.
Don't
I'm very
call me a
opinionated about
comedian.
Joe
Just
Rogan.
call me a cunt. Okay.
No, it's I
closer
call
to the
him a
truth.
debunker. I call her tits, but me, sometimes every once in a while, I skim across comedy, skim across the lake, and get rejected by like every other art form. Here we go.
Gets a job at Dateline to surprise pedophiles. And he's like a 12-year-old boy because he's so tiny in stature.
With his voice, though, right?
Yeah, with his voice. And then the pedophiles come in, and they see Eric, and they try to go for him.
Can I have a hug? I think
We got to make this. Hold on, I got to write this down. So like a Eric Dateline, where he's the child and
he's the bait. He's the bait kid.
He's the bait and the interviewer.
Oh,
So it's
great.
like-
So he gets to be like, "You're coming after me, old man. Guess
Have a seat.
what?
Have a
This
seat.
is
Yeah, I'll give you some
Dateline
candy.
Air Condition."
I'm 35 and here to interview about your perversions. I bet you want it, you little turkey boy. No, I'm not. This is over. The sex part is over. We're to the interview part.
I think the guy doesn't get out quick enough.
Yeah, I think
Eric gets taken.
They throw him out of the chair, bang him right in the ass.
I think he runs out and never is with a little boy again.
But how do we work in John Cena putting Eric up his ass?
Well, John Cena.
John Cena's the pedophile.
Right, John's the pedophile.
Currently, John Cena is fucking us all in the ass, if you really think about it, because he's not really there. Thank you.
The host doesn't get out there quick enough, and John just pulls him out of the
He's
chair
not
and sticks
there.
him up
He's
his
not
ass.
up my ass.
Exactly.
He's definitely not up my ass.
She gets it, people. Hello, John Cena. Are you in Electra's ass? No. She gets it.
Knock, knock,
And then he
knock.
still gets a nasty.
It's empty. It's vacant. Vacant lot. Even.
Put your finger up there and then smell it and tell us what kind of musk are we talking about here? A
I
beaver
think that's
musk?
probably going to be a no. I mean, I've never done that, and I'm not going to start today, so that's going to be a no. Go fuck yourself.
You never done a temperature check in the butt?
Not with my finger.
Check your oil.
Not in my ass.
How would you do it?
Jesus.
Please describe.
See, Sanchez.
In detail, describe. Hold on. Let me unzip. Go ahead.
But using Eric's the shit all over Eric.
I like what Gary says. He pulls him out of the chair. The chair doesn't go in him too.
Right.
Right. Oh yeah. No, that wouldn't be realistic if a chair was in him.
Yeah.
I demand realism.
Well, that chair I gave Eric has all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, it's got gun Tourette's, it can do anything.
Again, search for the Kevin Lofton, Eric the Midget video on YouTube, and you will see this video they're talking about where Kendra, a little bit of water sports on Eric's electric chair, which causes some chaos.
Wait,
Eric.
On his electric chair?
Oh,
his...
Tabitha.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got it on my mind. I got
What
it.
water
I know.
sports?
Water. sports.
Nothing. Skiing.
Like indoor
Ski-
sports?
Yep.
Yeah. Human
On
ski
Eric's
do.
chair? Wait, we're not even there yet. Are we there yet? You're confusing me.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna slow down so she.
He hasn't even met her yet, has he?
No. So this is Tabitha, right? He's talked to Tabitha before, and he denied Tabitha.
Right,
But what
I remember
they
that.
did is they took clips of Eric and Tabitha doing some voiceover and some fake Eric.
Oh,
it was
and
fake
they
Eric.
put them together.
Yeah, it was fake Eric. It was Sal's Eric. It was like, Tabitha, don't on me. Don't pee. Or the P word, but the
Oh
P word
my
is actually the P word, so that doesn't help. Fuck you, P word.
We played the audio of the
We
call,
did play
or
some
of
of
the
it,
video.
yeah.
It was
up
Richard,
until that part.
It was Richard asked Tabitha, "Well, hi, Eric."
There is a part of that video that no matter how many elections happen, I don't think we'll ever be able to play on YouTube. So go ahead and find it because it's worth watching. But that's
Can
what
you
they're
describe
talking
it for us, though?
Yeah, just water does not go with electronic things, and then there's then it's like a then it's like a Three Stooges sketch. Yeah, that's basically it.
You go with body first, so his little head is just sticking out of
His
his
head
ass.
sticking out of the ass?
Eric, have you
They
watched
make him
that
water
cartoon?
resistant now.
Yes, and I
Oh, you would love that.
can't stand it.
Of course, she knows that. We won't go
Casey
into
wants
it, but
well, I mean, in case Eric wanted to go water skiing, do real water sports.
her entire house is like a slip and slide, people. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Eric, you know what happens? I'm realizing you choke. Like you get on the phone and you choke, and you're supposed to
covered in plastic.
That cat is licking. Oh my God! There's a million places to lick.
You're terrible.
interview. You don't have batteries. It's a choke, man. You're like the Yankees, man. Whatever.
All right. Well, anyway, Eric, I do love you, and
Whatever, man. What the fuck you want? You want this coke and you want this coke in Florida? What you want, man? What you listen, Juan, what you want, man? I can run this empire. You like my Scarface, Eric? That's Scarface, Eric. Thank you.
Hold on. Who's the guy on Scarface who goes, hold on.
Tony, don't fuck me.
Oh, yeah. You gotta fuck me, Tony. You gotta fuck me. Oh, you're gonna pull my pants down and fuck me in front of everyone, Tony.
Don't fuck me, Tony. Don't fuck me.
Tony, get away from my hole.
I really want you to realize when you call in to a John Cena, you got to sort of be prepared and have a question that's interesting and entertaining and get to it quickly, okay?
What was the question you're going to ask me?
How many men have you masturbated to?
17 today. Let's go.
Oh, that's the max in one day, or is that not the max in one day?
It ain't over yet.
He picked it. He had an answer way
True.
too quick, people. Way too
That
quick.
is
I'm
true.
just saying.
I think you were going to ask me if I ever did a Scarface Al Pacino, and the answer is yes, but it got heavily edited because there was lots of white powder in it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was more a powder picture with a little bit of Scarface. He was baking a cake, people. It was a scar cake.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Hey,
All right, next time. Better luck next time.
I was wondering two things.
Hey, Howard, I got a split, but
All right, Kevin, later.
Hey, Eric, you're the man, okay?
All right. What, Eric?
I wanted to ask if Kevin Lofton was related to Kenny Lofton.
Too late. I didn't know.
Another interesting question.
Another
Remember
one
I
of
made
those
that
great
mistake last week?
questions.
Did you hear nothing?
Yes. All Loftons are related. They were all traded as one slave family. What? What?
I think I called him Kenny Lofton for like 30 minutes. That's funny.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't-
And then we went to Kenny Loggins, and it was like, oh, God.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's Loftons and Messina toured in the 70s. They were amazing.
We've been saying to you the last half hour.
Eric, I got to go.
The question is, when is Brooke Hogan due to come in?
I melt when I hear his voice.
Brooke Hogan is due in.
Okay.
When is she due in, Gare? Do we know?
That's Hulk Hogan.
She is coming in.
Eric, you should start working on questions now.
I have.
Hold on, it's coming up in like 2 weeks.
All right, let me prepare you. What are your questions?
I have one because a couple months ago I met her and the VH1 cameras were there, and I was just wondering when that one was going to air.
Oh, geez.
No. What is your question? Pretend Brooke Hogan is here, all right? All right, I'm going to put her on with you. And here's your chance.
Hello.
Hi, this is Brooke Hogan.
They got someone that is taking as much dick as Brooke Hogan. Ralph's on the phone. Here we go.
Hi, is this Eric?
Yeah.
Did you see me in FHM?
Yeah.
Did you like my body and my breasts?
Well, I don't really want your father beating me up, but...
No, he won't. He likes you. Midgets creep me out, but my father likes them.
Oh, my God.
Did you like my body and my breasts?
Yes. Yes, this is amazing. And Eric just he can't get comfortable with this actually being Brooke, which is amazing because it's like she's there to me.
Hey, Brooke, why are you interviewing Eric?
All right, go ahead, Eric. What's your question?
I just wanted to know when the Hogan Knows Best is going to have you guys at the Hard Rock in Sacramento.
He didn't listen even when you told him that was a bad question.
Eric. I don't want to say anything because I'm basically a nice person, but you're a boring fucking midget. Why don't you look up TV Guide, you schmuck?
Let me stick you up John Cena's ass.
I'd like to see a cartoon with you up John Cena's asshole.
That's a bad question,
Eric, this is Howard. I'm here with Brooke Hogan over at the hotel. And you got to do better. You got to ask a better question. I'm going to give you a second chance, okay?
Hey, Eric, is there anything about her that interests you that you would like to know interesting about her life, maybe her sex life or...
All right, let him try again.
Go.
Hello? Brooke Hogan on the Howard Stern Show. Who's this?
It's Eric.
Hi, Eric. What can I do for you?
I know I'll come up with something between now and then.
Improv is difficult for me.
Oh, jeez.
Did your father go to wrestling
I'm not much of a jam band. I write my songs.
school?
Brooke,
All right,
what is
okay,
9 times 7?
Listen, as much as I'd like to talk right now, I'm just going to sit this one out and think what I should have said.
Call me back when I'm on in like 2 weeks.
When is the episode of the...
With more time, I'm sure he'll come up with something more obscure.
Hey, Ralph, maybe if I'll be Brooke Hogan, Ralph, and you do it,
You goddamn. Cure Eric is amazing.
Eric impression, so you can hear what he sounds like.
We need like a Cyrano.
All right.
You know, I will always love you.
All right.
Hi, this is Brooke Hogan. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
That's too real.
Is Canadian bacon
Do you have a question?
really bacon?
The show. When you're filming it, what kind of camera do you use?
I just imagine Eric in his house going, "Oh, I can't answer that now," and just crosses out that question on his list. I was going to ask what camera she used, but Ralph beat me to it as a joke.
Even an impression of him's bad at asking.
How is Hogan spelled? Eric, do you see what it sounds like when Ralph does it?
You get the pictures I sent?
Eric.
Yeah, I heard.
All right, so what did you think of your call into Brooke Hogan when Ralph was doing
Were
the
you
impression?
dying to hear the answer?
I don't know.
Did you like Ralph's question?
No.
Right, so that's my point. I'm allowing you to call in for anyone you want to. I'll even put you on with Brooke Hogan.
The shape of that man's head.
But you've got to, come up with a question.
Do you like Hogan's Heroes?
Are you related to Hogan of Hogan's Heroes?
Look, Eric, I'm going to ask you a question now, all right? F, Mary, kill. Brooke Hogan, Kelly Clarkson, John Cena.
Well, because I'm straight, I guess I had to put Cena in the kill department.
I'm killing that shaved man meat right away.
Because he's so straight.
Because I'm so not into the thick, juicy man meat. I need to kill it right away.
Okay.
Well, if you really feel that way.
And
my beard like that in anime.
I guess Kelly.
Maybe that's why he doesn't, like, so he shaves the underneath there, so you can get your nuts in there without scratching. You know?
Oh,
Shaved nuts are
like
nice,
that?
okay? I just got to let everybody know that we really do appreciate that. Thank you.
But what if they look like this, where there's just a tiny bit of hair on each nut?
Well,
but it's
that's
puffed
not
out like a little
great.
tiny afro.
It's not great, but it's, better than...
Have you ever, okay, well, now we're talking about it, so let's talk about, have you ever been like, in the area and you're like, oh, it's a good shave job, and there's just a patch where they missed, and you're like, oh, he's a pirate. Or
Every
down here.
single fucking time. You can never get a full shave job without missing something, in my opinion. But
why is my character
what do I
talking
know?
and I'm not talking?
Good question.
Oh, never mind. I'm so sorry. I was hallucinating for a sec. I've had a few shots. Oh my God.
I've done that plenty of times.
I've never noticed a patch of missed hairs on a ball.
No island of smell concern.
No.
Okay.
I guess I just picked the right guys that knew how to shave their balls and fuck me over. They had those two skills in common.
That's probably actually a very good way to judge a man, is how good the balls are shaved. And now I'm thinking about it,
I
by
think
saying
now
like,
I'm gonna go for guys with super hairy balls because they're not gonna be big players and fucktards. Fuck.
Well, yeah, it would go into how calculated they are. If there's like
yeah.
a really good shade job, then
You're right.
that means they're probably psychopaths.
You don't want hairy. You want patchy. You want someone who tries but is an imbecile. You know.
Hey, wow.
You don't
Just
want to
don't
pass
make
that
me part
test.
the weeds and the grass and to get there.
We sort of got.
I don't want it in my teeth. Okay, bye.
I don't call this off track. I call this supplemental.
It's this goddamn mustache that did it to us.
F and then Brooke and then Mary.
Oh. It's like a cum catcher mustache.
You know, meals were hard to come by back in the
moat of
Civil War
cum.
days, so we had to catch half a booger on our mustache.
We
And
need
yes,
to put that mustache on your AI video of Eric's penis.
Hell yes.
You know, we would also lay down with the ladies of the night, and and he's rubbing his mustache as he says this, and their smell permeates our mustache. We ride across the west, and we still smell those ladies 3 days later. Yeah! Oh, God!
Well, you successfully grossed me out, finally.
Okay. Call 20, we did it.
We've talked about misplaced vaginas.
Wound pussies. Yeah, we did
Wound
it.
pussy.
I want to marry you.
All right.
Will you marry me?
I'm on my bended knee. Can't you tell?
Well, very good. And thank you, Eric. And I will put you through any time you want, but please use the airtime in a consistent manner where you ask good questions. I only hung up on you because I felt the audience was being bored.
Eric, you should work up some questions throughout the week and then call in and run them by Howard.
You know what his question will now be? Brooke, did you hear when I did the F, marry, kill that I married you?
Yeah.
Oh, that would not be my question.
Right.
Oh, come on. You bring that up.
You've got 2 weeks to prepare for your Brooke Hogan appearance.
But ask him about how long it took him to airbrush her on the in that FHM, Eric.
You think that was airbrushed?
Oh, please. Stretch, airbrush, manipulated, whatever they could do to it.
Well.
Right, Eric?
Oh, when my roommate and I saw her, she looked pretty hot.
I agree. I saw her here in person. She looked real
or
good.
Maxim still around? Are those still a thing? It's funny.
What?
That was a.
Not
Are
for like
FHM or
15
Maxim still
years.
around? Yeah, it's been a
Maxim
while.
magazine?
Yeah.
Yes, no, they're not around. We
Yeah,
both
I
did
didn't
a
think
double
so.
take. Like, guys, are single-space typewriters still floating around? Can you get one of those?
Yeah.
No.
Do we still
couldn't
have to
tell you.
put 2 spaces after the period in a sentence?
But do you remember how popular those were? Like that was
Yeah.
that was like its own
Guys,
little.
guys, I'm looking for a car phone where you just tie it into your car. Can't leave your car. Can we get one of those?
Pagers. The new hot thing, pagers.
Yes, I'm looking for this thing where I want to watch cable, but it takes up an entire parking space. It's called a satellite dish. Can we get one of them? Yes.
All right, Eric.
What else is outdated?
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. I've got to finish up the show now and get to Robin with the news and John Hine and, of course, the great Steve Langford. All right, thank you.
Wait, I have another question.
What is your question?
Robin.
You guys probably would not want me asking this.
Robin, what kind of gas do you put in your car?
What is your question, Eric?
I wanted to know if you guys could ask when the DVDs of the seasons 1 through 3 are supposed, or 1 through 2 are supposed to come out of Hogan Knows Best.
Good.
What was that?
He listens to nothing.
It is the most inane question you could possibly.
He won't want me asking it. I wanted to know when seasons 1 and 2 of Hogan Knows Best will be on DVD.
Listen, Eric, you got a lot of work ahead of you. I got to go right now. And I'll speak to you soon. And Ralph, thank you. And thank
Is everyone ready? Everyone ready? Here we
you,
go.
Eric. Okay. All right. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
The release date is...
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye for now.
I can't
Here we
call
go,
Tower
people.
Records.
Okay. Yes. We did it. We did it. That's our Jonathan Davis.
That was so bad. My song was better than that. Jeez.
All right, so call 95 summary. ETM starts angry. You didn't pick me up fast enough, and then you didn't talk to me fast enough. He starts pissy from now till the end. Every call, he starts pissy. Also, no sense of humor. Just none. Like, it doesn't exist. It's amazing. It's like, it's almost like going 10-0 is a miracle, but going 0-10 is also a miracle. He's 0-10.
Yeah, it's just like, do you remember having a teacher like that in school that just had zero fucking sense of humor? Like, you could never get him to smile, never get anything light topics or anything. It was just always serious.
You just had to bang him.
Yeah.
You just had to bang it out of him. Yes, Luigi, that's what I was saying.
It was so bad that even Fred jumped in at one point. That's when you know it's bad.
Angry
yeah.
Fred.
Even, it was so bad when Captain Jenks jumped in. He's like a foot tall and he jumped in. Kevin Lofton wanted to do his own episode. That is a great lost opportunity out there. God damn. And then we heard that was the guy who did the cartoons. And he
wanted to play for the Indians.
Okay.
God, fuck you. It's not. It's but there was an opportunity where Kevin was so into Eric, he was going to make a cartoon for him. But Eric was, Eric, so that didn't happen. And then we heard...
But Kevin did also make the original one, didn't he? Right?
He did, yes.
That? Okay.
Yes, he made the one with Tabitha. And then they were like, that's the #1 thing on the Howard TV. So he was all in to do something else. But the little guy never followed through. And so we don't get that, or we don't get a taxi driver because Eric has no follow through. But also did a F, Marry, Kill with John Cena and immediately killed the man, which is just a little suspect. Is all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, come on, any normal cis man, which I've never said that word before. That was the first time because I kept hearing Carl saying it on Who Are These podcasts. So then I just said it. Oh, that was weird. But yeah, that's where they would go, right? Most normal straight men.
She's all woke now. Look at her. She's saying cis and shit. God damn.
I'm never going to say that again. It felt awful. Let me tell you about that.